Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video for April the 19th, Friday, April the 19th, 2024. Our last three Forex trading videos have highlighted Darko's favorite Forex trading pattern, which is called a swing break rotation. And in fact, Darko provided an entire webinar all about this pattern, how to recognize it and everything else. I'll put a link to it actually in the description below this video if you want to check that out. In today's video, I'll show you yet another one of these swing break rotation trades. This one set up as a scalp trade, and in fact, I actually pointed this out, this setup out to our members well in advance today. This is today. When I say today, it's the actually the 18th of April as I'm recording this. Now, you should know by now that what we teach is scalable, right? So you pick your trading style and apply the methodology. But as I have said incessantly, if you want to learn about how to use these patterns effectively, the very best way is to learn Darko's longer-term approach. And once you are proficient at that, then you can apply it to any, whatever trading style you want, right from micro scalping on up. Okay, that's just the best way to get going. So we'll take a look at the details of this setup, and I really hope you like it. And if you do, if you would be so kind as to hit the like button, that would just make my day, and I'd be very grateful. And of course, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Okay, here is the swing break rotation scalp trade. Okay, so the trade set up on this, the Euro-Yen pair, and this is on the 18th, so Thursday, April the 18th. And yeah, you've got, just do a little bit of a top down on it. And in the upper left here, you'll see the weekly chart, and it's heading higher. You can just see it's higher highs and higher lows and heading up. And on a daily chart, more or less the same story. We've got higher lows and higher highs, and we've come up to these levels in here. Now, you'll notice that we've gone into a sort of a ranging mode where we hit these levels, come down to support, hit resistance, down to support, back up to resistance. And when this happens, you can look for trading opportunities up in here. Now, this is the one I'm showing you today is a scalp trade. Everything applies exactly the same with higher time frame trades. So, so what you want to do, because we're in these uptrends like that, it's best to wait for some kind of a pattern to show itself. So what happened is when it actually hit this level here first. I'll just move this here because I adjust my levels a little bit. You can see we have a level, pretty good level in here, good reaction. And if you go down to the 4-hour chart, what I tend to do is just adjust these a little bit. Like here's what that level was, and I like this level up in here just a little bit better because it had a very, very hard reaction out of here. This is probably a news event that caused this to go down like this. And down it went. And again, if you zoom this out, you can see this ranging mode we're in here right now. So when you hit these levels, or maybe if it had kept going up into this level, you look for a pattern. Let price tell you the way. You don't have to guess it. Just watch. And when price hit it, we're looking for some negativity here, and this 4-hour candle is a bearish engulfing candle, so that's negative. So when that happens, if you drop down to your entry time frame, which for short-term trading is going to be on a 15-minute chart, for in the case of scalping, what we have here is the pattern that Darko's talked about so much, and I know it's his favorite pattern, and because it's a very, very reliable pattern, very consistent. So what happens with it is that when price is starting to rally up like this and breaking these highs and pulls back and rallies again and breaks, this high actually this close was actually slightly higher than this high. So we call this a swing break, and then it comes down like this and this is that 4-hour engulfing candle we just saw. Takes out all these lows in here. That's a rotation to the downside. That's negative. That's some what we call structure damage to the downside. What we want to do is then sell a rally, right? We want to sell a rally up into where? Into resistance? Sure, into resistance. Or if you don't have that, you can use Fibonacci numbers, or you can use both. In this case here, like for me, I like selling deeper retracements. And the reason I do is because the deeper I can sell it with my stop above what we call a natural stop, the less risk I'm going to have to take on. And that means my profit potential, my profit is going to, the reward's going to be realized more quickly and more of it. So my reward to risk will happen much better than if I sell it, at a lower level. 62% is fine. I like a higher level, for the reasons I just mentioned, but nothing wrong with that. And also, if you look here, you see these highs in here? That's the same level as the 79% retracement. That's where I elected to sell it at. I actually got filled almost at the exact high, which was pretty lucky. But 164.86 with my stop above here. I only had a 12 pip risk in it. And then down it went, and as it goes down, you get the risk out. I end up taking my final profit here because this is kind of more like trade management now. But just quickly to let you know here is that the fill in here is right near the London close. And after London closes, generally there'll be some settlement going on in here, and then it gets kind of quiet and not a lot happens. And so I just took a profit at these lows right in here, which was a support level, and that was the end of it. So it wasn't even quite a 2-to-1 reward risk overall because I scaled out of it. However, right now I can tell you we're experiencing some kind of doldrums right now, which is kind of funny, but where we're not getting a lot of follow through. And in this case, we're not even in the an active session anymore, so you can't expect a lot more. The reason I'm telling, and this is, by the way, when I say there's not a lot going on, I'm talking about long term and short term. Like you just trades are setting up, they're being hit, they're fine. You can usually get the risk out of them, but they're not moving like we would like to see them go. But you just got to be patient because they will, and you just have to be here for it. And stay vigilant on these setups. The point is that the pattern, like this swing break rotation pattern I showed you here, the patterns work across all trading styles, whether it's an ACAT swing break rotation or a set and forget pattern, and they're easy to learn. The challenge is to learn how to apply them properly in real time, along with other, critically important things like interpreting price action on the different time frames, like the higher time frames especially, knowing exactly how to manage the trade, being aware of news events, being aware of the time of the day, the environment, and all that kind of stuff. Scalping is obviously a lot more hands-on compared to longer-term trading. I would say all scalp trades are hands-on trading. And the thing is with scalping is that you need to be available because we never know what time of the day that a trade's going to set up. I'm just giving you the pros and cons because I know that these look simple and they look great when you see them like this, but in real time, it's, you probably know this, right? It's always more challenging, so, and you can't be there all the time. Like for me, I'm in the Pacific time zone, so I missed the London session, so I missed trades that set up there, but you have to just be available for when you can be, and you're not going to get every single trade, but if you wait for the ones that are like this, it's fine. You can do quite well. Okay, but like I say, they're learning them in real time is the real challenge, and that's the key to it all. But like with anything else, practice makes perfect. Yeah. So again, if you want to get going as quickly as you can, no matter what style you want to trade, by far the very best way to get going is to learn how to trade with a longer term approach first. With Darko. That will provide you with a rock solid foundation and an understanding of the fundamentals of pure price action trading. Okay, that's what he teaches. I know that with scalping it's tempting to somehow shortcut the process in an attempt to make money fast, but believe me, it's very, very easy to wipe out your account if you don't have a solid background on exactly what to do, what to look for, what the context is that you're trading in, the environment. Longer term trading keeps things slow and manageable, and Darko does just a super job of teaching, and you'll get the benefit of his pre-market analysis videos as well, which he puts out twice every week, and those are just a great resource for learning. Okay, thank you so much everyone. Hope you all have a great weekend. We'll see you at the end of next week with another weekly trade video. Take care.